Hi everybody and welcome back to Axion Tokens. So in this video we're going to look at the crypto market update. So we're going to have a look at basically where the prices are at, some of the latest news on Ethereum, on Bitcoin, and also obviously the chain swap bridge exploit that also impacted customers like DEX tools. So a pretty big deal there, and we're going to check all that out in this live stream. So I hope you enjoy. Subscribe, like and share, hit the bell for notifications, and we'll see you soon. All right, here we go. Bitcoin at 34,900. We can see that it's up 0.8% over the last 24 hours and up 0.6% in the last 7 days. Ethereum's doing even better, $2,303, and that's up 4.6%. And we're going to get into some news behind that as well. And it's up 16.9% over the last 7 days, so very cool on that. Binance Coin at $302, so it's back over 300, and that's looking good too. Cardano at 144. They obviously got big news coming around about smart contracts and stuff coming up after years of development. We look forward to that as well. Dogecoin, the Elon Musk favorite, 24 cents, managing to stay in the top 10 there, up at number 7. XRP, 68 cents, and that's still holding up there as well, 2.8% up in the last 24 hours. We've got also Polkadot in the top 10 at $15.81, and then rounded up with Uniswap at $20.70, back over the $20 mark, and that's up 8.5%, up 20, almost 22% the last 7 days. Let's just go through some of the other ones. We've got Bitcoin Cash at number 12, Litecoin at number 13, Solana, Chainlink, Polygon. Polygon's one of my favorite picks. The layer 2 on the Ethereum blockchain. Obviously, you don't own your keys, so just be cautious about that. You won't own the coins, it's layer 2, but they are pretty big and they have attracted all the big players to jump on there. So as long as that holds up, that'll be pretty good. Ethereum Classic number 16, Wrap Bitcoin number 18, and Internet Computer that used to be in the top 10 is now at number 20, and that's at $45. So we'll see whether that moves up. Then we've got some pretty good ones: Chain, Stellar, VeChain, Dai, Filecoin, and Tron down at 25. We've got Shiba Inu, the famous meme coin, that's still managing to hold up there at number 26, and that's at 854. So there we are. Monero, number 27. These are some of the well-known names, been around for years. EOS, of course, and Aave and Cosmos is number 30. That rounds at the top 30, and then we get into some others there. So we've got Crypto.com, Celsius Network, OKB, and so on. Bitcoin SV way down at number 35 at $147. So interesting development there. We won't go through the rest of them. That's the top 35, and as you can see, if we go down through the top 100, we've got Compound doing a double digit there, almost up 20%, 75% for the week. Big deal there. Compound is one of my favorite platforms for earning good yields, especially on US dollar stable coins. So looking good there. It's just strolling down, looking at double digits. Let's go down. You got Synthetic Network up 21%, 36% for the week. Pretty good. What else have we got going on there in the top 100? We've got a Titan Swap up 17.5%, up 118% for the week. Bit of a recovery there for Titan. And therefore we'll keep going there. EcoMi is up 16%, 60% for the week, and Cycoin pretty good for the week as well. And then we've got OMG Network 6.1, up 27% for the week. That rounds off the top 100, folks, the top 100. So hopefully that's looking good, but certainly nice to see a couple of days of green increases there, and we'll look out for that. Let's get into some of the news here. Bitcoin mining difficulty. Let's go into some of this. So Bitcoin mining difficulty just fell by a record 28%. That was on Saturday. You can see this date, the 3rd of July, but this will help BTC. But will this help BTC price recover? The ratio of Bitcoin price to hash rate represents bulls with a long wait, as hash rate is still migrating. So let's get into some of the details behind that. Bitcoin has recorded its biggest mining difficulty drop of nearly 28% on July the 3rd, but one model suggests that the BTC price will not bottom until October. There's lots of different models out there, so you just got to be, be critical thinking when you're assessing them. In a series of tweets on July the 2nd, investment manager Timothy Peterson flagged the relationship between Bitcoin price and the hash rate as arguable evidence that the dip is not over. You can see that there, the hash rate there, falling down from about 180 down to 87 there. Pretty big one there on that. So hash rate model, long road ahead to Bitcoin bottom. Bitcoin mining difficulty dropped by an estimated 28% on Saturday as block height
the biggest in its history, which is pretty dramatic. Cointelegraph previously explained the drop is in response to the ongoing miner migration out of China. This is really the main driver. The ongoing miner migration out of China, subsequent loss of hash rate as the Chinese government was cracking down on the Chinese miners, which were a big part of the mining crew. For miners still at work, the decrease will be something of a profit boost, of course. Difficulty automatically accounts for changes in hash rate, making it more attractive to mine when it drops, so everyone outside of China will be super happy with that. Miners in flux are not expected to return to their craft completely for several months, and in that time, difficulty will increase again as hash rate goes up, more competition and more power competing for the same set reward. And a classic mantra among Bitcoiners that the price follows hash rate. But if that is true, one model charting the phenomenon is painting a sobering picture of future price behavior. Peterson noted that the relationship between price and hash rate is useful when it comes to marking macro price tops and so forth. So any company chart price shows spikes in 2013 and 2017 corresponding to tops, which held an entire 4-year halving cycle. 2021 looks similar, but since the May capitulation, I should say, the relationship has been trending towards 1, and at the point at which the Bitcoin price should have fully corrected. Based on the current price in PH, this bubble would finish collapsing by 31st of October, Peterson summarized. So that's just one scenario, you take that into account. The ratio includes any combination for higher hash rate and lower price, so increasing hash rate and stable price also resolves the bubble. So there we are. We'll just get down to the bottom there. In other words, the returns of miners is likely to prevent further price dip episodes in the magnitudes seen recently, but bulls may still need to wait longer than desirable to see higher level returns. The important caveat came from Peterson, who cautioned that there are many things wrong with such a simple model and that he himself does not use it. So interesting that. Pick your end of the year price showdown. The model is not the only source catering to a return to form for Bitcoin in the later half of the year. So that's kind of ironic. Uh, uh, as Telegraph reported, analysts have likened 2021 to both previous top years. They're seeing a first local peak, a correction, then a surge to the ultimate top later on. After BTC USD posted its third consecutive monthly red candle, meanwhile the stock to flow model echoed the start of 2019. Just after the pit of Bitcoin's last major bear market, the next 6 months, creator Plan B says, will be critical for its utility. So that's where that ends. Let's quickly check over to some ETH news. That was the Bitcoin news. ETH news obviously got a lot going on, so let's quickly check that out. So ETH price hits 2-week high as the London hard fork momentum continues. So that's a bit of an improvement to the blockchain there. Second largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization peaked north of 2,350 on Sunday, and obviously we saw it's just around about 2,300 at the moment. Its highest reading since June 18. Bitcoin price stability and anticipation of major protocol upgrades are fueling investors' appetite for ETH. So that's why we're getting a bit of a lift now. ETH's $30 million options expiry on Friday appears to have shifted market sentiment in favour of the bulls, at least momentarily, as investors remain cautiously optimistic about the upcoming London hard fork and the prospect of Bitcoin has established a firm bottom. ETH price update. So ETH price rose more than 6.3% to 2,370 on Sunday. The highest in over 2 months, according to Cointelegraph. Markets Pro weekend trade volumes made characteristically low at just over 18 billion. At current values, Ether has a total market capitalization of 274 billion. The DeFi market, which is largely built on top of Ethereum, which that's very important, that's why it's so valuable, saw cumulative gains of 9% on Sunday. The total market value of DeFi coins is 67 billion, according to CoinGecko data. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's price crossed 35,600, and obviously it's pulled back a little bit since then, but it's still up pretty high. The battle between bulls and bears was on display in the options market last month, with both camps expecting extreme future price fluctuations for ETH leading into the options expiry on Friday. As Cointelegraph reported, the $2,200 price level is where the bulls start to increase their lead, as evidenced by the ratio of call options to put options, and that we've seen that price move up since then. London hard forks looms. The Ethereum London hard fork, which contains the highly anticipated EIP 1559, launched on the Ropstein network on June the 24th, setting the stage for full mainnet implementation later in July. The hard fork is anticipated to have a positive impact on ETH value thanks to several proposed upgrades, including the transition to the eco-friendly proof of stake consensus and a new scarcity feature that will reduce the number of tokens in circulation. Analysts expect investors to increase their exposure to ETH lending into the hard fork. On-chain data suggests this has already happened, as Ethereum registered over 750,000 active addresses last week, exceeding Bitcoin by a considerable margin. Analytics firm Sentiment, which provided the data, described the active address flippening as historic, which is pretty cool. On a day that saw Bitcoin be made with Ethereum surpassing Bitcoin in daily active addresses for the first time, altcoins came to play, and a couple of coins there were among many projects to make the imprint in the markets, while BTC ranged around 34,500. So pretty cool on that. So that was pretty neat. And then we had another one on the hard fork. This just shows you some of the changes here. You can see we've got fees here, we've got base fee and tip here, and looking to some of those base fees to go burning under EIP 51559. So nice update there. I'll leave all these links in the video description so you can check them out there, but there's lots more detail about the hard fork there if you want to learn more technical details. Pretty neat on that one. All right, and then we finally had the chain swap post-mortem from the exploit. It was pretty much hacked in that sense as an exploit and a compensation plan. So they basically, this is the key details. On July the 2nd at 4:30 a.m. UTC, chain swap got exploited. Total damage is estimated to be around 800,000, and they were lucky that it was as low as that. Swift action was taken and managed to avoid bigger effects. Full compensation is almost completed. All affected users will be compensated by the ChainSwap treasury. On July the 2nd, we noticed an anomaly on the bridge. Some users reported that their coins were actively withdrawn from wallets that interacted with ChainSwap, so the permissions were still there. Didn't need to have the private keys, the permissions were still sitting there, possibly with unlimited amount, who knows. Upon discovery, ChainSwap team immediately froze the bridge, shut down all nodes, and a fix was deployed within 30 minutes. Local police authorities Hiobi and Okia, which the attacker interacted with to withdraw deposit funds, got immediately contacted. Teams affected projects got alerted. The DexT team reacted quickly and withdrew their liquidity, preventing the attacker from selling the coins. That was a big deal indeed. With the help, so they saved themselves about 1.3 million or something like that from that, plus protected a number of their premium account holders as well. With the help from local police and Okia, the ChainSwap team managed to obtain the attacker's email. Negotiations started, and here's the negotiation. Truman Broughton, hello again. First of all, we appreciate how you handled the situation. Even though we found the exploit in your contract, you came up with a solution very quick, etc. So there we are. So that's the letter. I'll leave the link to that. You can read the full thing. The ChainSwap team managed to negotiate back Cora and Rye tokens. So it was about 1.3 million of Rye tokens in there. So that was nice. We returned the Cobra and Rye tokens to ChainSwap deploy address. This was an exchange address. We wish ChainSwap all the best in the future. Protocol is great and we're sure things will work out. So damage and compensation, total damage from the hack is expected to be around 800,000. For small amounts, the ChainSwap team brought back affected tokens from the market and refunded wallets accordingly. For the rest, we are working with the project teams to set up compensation plans. Full compensation is almost completed. In addition to compensation, we will prepare bonuses for users who are affected, and that will be carried out according to the coming days. All damage will be refunded in full from the ChainSwap's treasury. We wanted to thank you all for your continued support and patience. ChainSwap version 2 is launching in upcoming months. The ChainSwap team will be hiring more auditing firms to perform audits. We stay strong. So that was actually a really good response by ChainSwap, and managed to get the outcome was minimized for sure. Could have been much worse. Big hats off to ChainSwap. It's very impressive when crypto projects go to refund, compensate, fix things up very fast. That's just showing a sign of the maturity happening in crypto land. So I hope you enjoyed that update. Pretty exciting stuff. Getting green in the market. Lots happening in the Bitcoin hash rate and Ethereum of London fork with the EIP 1559, and also obviously still exploits in the market going on, but a really mature way of responding to it by ChainSwap. So awesome. Hope you enjoyed that one. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share. Hit the bell for further notifications. And of course, I'll catch you next one. Cheers.